Jennifer Lee Martin was 11 years old when she went missing on June 28, 1987 in Reno, Nevada, in a little subsection north of Reno called Lemmon Valley, Nevada. Around 3 p.m., she lived at 215 Church Street. There is a trailer park where Jennifer resided at that happened to be right next to a 7-Eleven across the street on Lemmon Valley Drive at the time of her disappearance, now since vacant. In this next clip, I'll mark and visualize a map of the Reno area to make more sense of the area. So, for those who love visuals like I do and don't know the area very well about all these cold cases that I will be talking about, here is a visual of Reno, Sparks, and the subsections around it, just like any other ordinary city would have. So we have Reno. Going south of Reno, we have Damani Ranch. Going more south of Reno, we have Galena, Pleasant Valley, and then past Pleasant Valley, you would be going to Washoe Valley, Carson City, all that. Now, going west of Reno, we have Somerset, which is like somewhere in this subsection, which is a bunch of rich houses and stuff. We have Mogul, Verdi, and then going more towards this way would be Truckee, Sacramento, all that. So going east of Reno, we have Sparks, which is a different city. It's not part of Reno, but they're very close to each other. Going more north of Sparks, we have Spanish Springs, which is kind of its own city, but it's not. It's still part of Sparks. Then you have Reno Sparks Indian Colony. And then going more towards north is when you would hit Pyramid Lake. And then more north Reno City is like Black Springs Desert, where Burning Man is and all that stuff. Going towards east of Sparks, we have Lockwood, which is its own little subsection down in here. And then going towards more east that way, you'd be going towards Fallon, Fernley, Wadsworth, which is kind of another Indian colony, but it's not. It's still part of its own thing. So going towards north of Reno, you have Sun Valley. Then you have Panther Valley, Black Springs, Lemmon Valley, Golden Valley, and then Lemmon Valley kind of goes back out here. And towards behind here, you kind of hit Red Rock, which is this road back here. And then hitting Red Rock, you hit Antelope Valley, which is somewhere in this subsection over here. And then you have Stead. And then behind Stead, you have Red Rock, which is this road right here that goes all the way back there. And then you have Cold Springs. And then going towards past Cold Springs, you would hit Susanville, and then Northern California, all that stuff. So these, like I said, a lot of these cold cases are in these subsections, such as Lemmon Valley, which is where Jennifer Lee Martin went missing in this case, which is right in here. Her brother Charles, 19 years old at the time, gave Jennifer some money to buy him a pack of Coke and something for herself. She did leave the house barefoot, as most kids around there did, and also was wearing a gray purple sweatshirt dress. The walk should have taken her less than 5 minutes, according to her family. When she didn't return within 20 minutes, her brother, now worried, went out looking for her. The store clerk at the time, Dee Fuemmeler, and I'm sorry if I'm so pronouncing that incorrectly, had told Charles that Jennifer had stopped by and left the store in the direction of the trailer park, but was never seen again. Witnesses state there was a light-colored Toyota Corolla in the area at the time of her disappearance, but police could never figure out who it belonged to. And this next clip will be part of an interview I had with Colleen Martin, Jennifer Martin's older sister, about that day.
From beginning to end.
Okay.
And introduce yourself.
I'm Colleen Martin. I'm Jennifer Martin's older sister. And when she was 11, I went on a day trip to Sacramento, and she was with my parents who lived in a trailer park up near the front of the valley behind a couple of, a restaurant and a bar up there. And Jennifer, of course, lived with them, and she wanted to go to the store and just kind of grab her girlfriend on the way there, because it was the 7-Eleven right up by those bars.
Yeah, that old one that closed down recently, right?
I think there's another one that opened up in the front of the valley, but that one, yeah. I never go that way because it reminds me too much of my sister, so I always go around the back way. So she asked her friend if she would go to the store with her, and the mother said, no, you can't go. So Jennifer was like, okay. She went by herself. She grabbed a candy bar and a soda and left the store and disappeared completely.
Okay.
Just disappeared. She walked around the corner of the store and was gone. Like, how do you disappear off the face of the earth like that, you know?
Other witnesses account to have seen Jennifer to the entrance of the trailer park shortly after her departure from her house. After talking to Jennifer's sister, she had said there was witnesses who supposedly saw her around the same time Charles went out looking for her. Jennifer was seen by the Lemmon Valley Elementary School, which is about a 20-minute walk past the trailer park going north. Colleen said back then there were two brothers, a little older than Jennifer, who used to play with her over there, but they were very rough and borderline kind of mean to Jennifer and other kids in the neighborhood. But Jennifer had still liked to play with them. Another suspect in her case is Stephen Kiesle, a priest who was defrocked officially in 1987, the same year Jennifer went missing. Stephen at the time lived in Pinole, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly too, Pinole, California, outside of San Francisco, roughly about 3.5 hours from Reno, but also had a vacation home in Truckee, California, off of Sun Valley Road, which is an hour away from Reno, Nevada. He had previously been jailed and paroled on and off for molesting underage children, both male and female, while he was a priest from 1972 up until 1995, some being at the Truckee Vacation home. He was also a suspect in the abduction case of Amber Schwartz Garcia, a 7-year-old who lived in the same neighborhood as Stephen in Pinole, California, which led to his Truckee Vacation house being dug up and looked into June of 1988. But nothing of any crime was found, including any sign of Jennifer. As of 2010, Stephen has been jailed due to an unrelated reason behind Jennifer and will remain behind bars. Another theory that plagued people was this place about 10 minutes past Lemmon Valley Elementary called Red Rock Santcuary. Red Rock Santcuary opened off of Matterhorn Boulevard in 1980 up in the hills in the Nevada desert to a group that studies and follows Cosolargy, which summed up in sun worship. They were suspected and feared by neighbors as the new Jim Jones cult, as their property is private and locked up. According to people who live there, around there that have ventured onto their property, they are chased and shot at for trespassing, which legal in Nevada, but also not a good way to be neighborly, I guess. They were questioned for Jennifer's case, but were later released. Looking them up online, they seem like a harmless practice and even have public events for people to come and check them out about what they do. So if anything, only thing they seem guilty of is a little town gossip and rumors. As of 2025, it's been 38 years since Jennifer was last seen. Jennifer has a coffee-stained birthmark on her right hip, white bumps on her back that are also birthmarks, a star-shaped scar on her right upper arm, and 2 small hairline scars on the underside of her chin. If you know anyone who is in the area or anyone knows something, please contact the Washoe County Sherrifs office or your local police station and or secret witness, which all information will be available below.